I get it. It's late, man. What's up? We're getting a lot of reports that Trump is going to fire this Pete guy. Privately, he's not happy about the war. He doesn't like the way things are turning out in this situation. He's upset. What's up with you? Shout out to the chat box. We're getting it. Reports. Yeah. He's talking about another oil tanker got bombed trying to come through the Strait of Hormuz. 82nd Airborne Division paratroopers. They'll be on the ground what today if they're not already there. Certainly in the morning. They're out of missile reach. And this Pete guy, the way things are going with this, I know in front of the cameras it looks a certain kind of way, but behind the cameras, man, he's not happy with the way this war is going. And he also blamed Pete. He's already said it out loud. It was Pete's. Pete was the one who told me to go in here. And we know Trump. Trump's going to throw him under the bus. If we know things are going to go the way that it normally goes with him, this guy's finished. He said China is enjoying this, Russia's enjoying this. They see the fractures that they don't believe they have a resolve, and they see now they blatantly ignore international law. Wow. Yeah, geopolitical shift. Putin still helping Iran. Russia's keeping this war going to drain America's resources and shatter its respect. If anything, it's uniting the enemies. They're thinking that Iran's outsmarting Pete every which way. We got a disruption of oil production, major economic pain or problems with the United States, and Pete's forcing Trump to his knees. And I don't even know just blaming Pete is going to be enough, but the civilian situations with the civilians changing the rules of engagement. Not having a clear objective, just blindly jumping out there. Now they're putting American foot soldiers in harm's way, and that's going to be blamed on Pete. So Pete's hanging around. He's hanging around, but when they start to get those casualties, it's going to get out. It's going to get out the amount of casualties that we truly have. They're burning through the missiles. They've given up on the Ukraine. They're not sending anything to the Ukraine. Ukraine's on its own. And Russia's got their hand on they got their influence up. This is terrible for us, man. And I think firing Pete, while it might be a good situation, I think for us, the American people, it's not going to be enough. It's just not going to be enough, man. How are we going to get back? I'm troubled by this, man. It's just not going to be enough. Blaming him, okay. Firing him, okay. Well, we got to make good on what's been going on. What are we going to do? What about American might? What about America? I mean, the way we look at our country, we're undefeatable. We're undefeatable. That's how we look at this country. But look at this, man. This we look weak, and Russia wants us to look weak. They do. They want to, and China wants us to look really weak in front of the world. And they're going back and forth. Yeah, the petrodollar. Yeah. Said Trump might as well keep going. It's too late now. Yeah. This sad, man. I never thought I'd see this. You know, who's going to help us? Who's going to help us? We talked about the roads, potholes. You got rusted boats. You've seen them. I've seen them. You're driving under a bridge. You see that. You see the cracks and you see the rust, and the boat is so rusty that the threads, you can't even see the threads. And it's just a matter of time before it just caves and buckles. And we've had bridges fall down. In the streets now, you can't have low profile tires. You can't have low profile tires. If you do, you're gonna pop. Time you hit a pothole, time you touch one. Yet we're sending our money overseas to a foreign country, and we're sending ground troops overseas. We're letting Russia. We removed sanctions. Trump took the sanctions from Russia, and when Trump was told that Ukrainians said we have solid evidence that Trump is helping Iran. He said we have proof, we have evidence that he's helping Iran, he's helping Iran cost the lives of American sailors, and you're helping him. And Trump said, well, that's how it's done. Like both sides do this. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. What's up with you, K-Rex? This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And many people believe that Pete was put in that position to be the fall guy for this war. And I wonder how we're going to respond to that. Are we going to, once he gets rid of Pete, he'll probably be rid of Pete before the midterms. Will that be enough to bring the people back? Will that be enough to make the people want to see another, give him his Congress? We'll probably be bankrupt. If this thing lasts for 3 months, $2 billion a day, we'll probably be bankrupt. And ultimately, what do we get? We have nothing to show for it. Before they attacked, we were getting our oil prices were down. Before, what do we have to show for it? We have nothing but debt, endless debt to put on the taxpayers' back. Yeah, put it on the backs of the taxpayers. And I guess that they can sleep. They can sleep at night and said, hey, we saved Israel. But in the process, we went broke. Russia's looking good. Russia's never made the money they're making. They've never made this much money. They're becoming an energy power. China's going to raid Taiwan. They're just waiting. They're just sitting back. They're just sitting back, waiting for their opportunity. And nobody wants to hear the truth. You got Joe Kent. He's coming out saying he was against this war. He's saying that Israel led us into this war. Yeah, he's going everywhere, speaking his mind. Netanyahu, they're still trying to run the whole thing about nukes. They're trying to tell you that it was because they're trying to tell you it was because of nukes. I saw the JD Vance. JD Vance said a nuclear vest. I don't even know if that's possible. He said a suicide vest that was nuclear. I don't even know if that's possible. The detonation. Where's your detonator? The propaganda about the Palestinians, propaganda about the rest of the Middle East. And we've gotten ourselves deep, 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 deep into this. And we don't have an exit plan. And this whole get rid of Pete Hegseth. Okay, they get rid of Pete Hegseth. Okay, that's not going to make things. It's not going to make everything right. It's in a position now where we're in too deep. But they're saying they got 10 American ships through using a Pakistan flag. Okay, 10, that's not enough. That's not enough. Said Trump's been begging Netanyahu to stop. He doesn't want to stop. This guy Pete, man, he's in too deep. He's unpredictable, out of his depth, and he's going to be blamed for this. No book deals, none of the things that you were expecting. Guys talking about the USS Liberty when they got attacked. Now we're over and fighting for Israel, about to lose American soldiers and sailors. That's ridiculous, man. We're paying $2 billion a day to open something that was open before this war. And we've lifted sanctions off Russia. Yep, there's Trump. They put fake flags on some oil tankers, and Trump saying that Iran knew about it. They didn't know about it, but they know about it now. They know about it now. Trump is bragging like he had something to do with it. He didn't have anything to do with that. They know about it now. We're talking about the passport bros. I see Brazil's upset about this Iranian thing. People are fighting. The smaller countries are fighting. Yeah, and people believe because of Trump's incompetence that he's going to hand the Democrats everything. He's went back. Trump's went back again on his deadline. He keeps putting up these deadlines and keeps moving them back. Trump said, I gave them 10 days. They asked for 7. I don't believe in that. He said, Ron says we haven't asked for any pauses and strikes on our energy sites. Yeah, this is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. And this is one of the most unpopular wars. People, this thing's very unpopular. Strait of Hormuz was open before Trump decided to go to war with Iran. Now they're finna put ground troops to try to capture Karg Island. That's more death. That's more death. That's more death. Yeah. They said BB waited for a weak president and he found one in Trump. And we see the drones, but what about our troops? What about our brave troops? It's sad, man. I'm looking at the 82nd Airborne and they're getting prepared. I saw we said over 500,000 troops been activated. This is crazy, man. Fox News is propaganda 101. Trump's cabinet is looking at being indicted. This Pete guy, they're going to throw him under the bus. It's very possible it might happen. They're going to blame him. I don't know what's going on, man. Pete Hegseth, how much longer? Moving, about to send 10,000 ground troops, vehicles, infantry, the Marines. This is ridiculous, man. This is the real world. Uh saber rattling, just too much nonsense. This is crazy, man. Man, they're looking at it, they're saying that there's a 99% chance that they're gonna blame Pete. They're gonna blame Pete Hegseth. And I guess Trump thinks that's gonna let him off the hook. So Israel's going after Lebanon. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do over there, man. And they see that this just said Iran test fired 50 anti-ship missiles, forcing the Abraham to flee the Gulf. When it moved to Oham, Iran hit it with a dozen missile swarms, damaging the carrier and forcing it to retreat. Yeah, that's a carrier that is ancient technology now. An aircraft carrier, all of these ships in itself, they're slow unless they're filled with unless they're filled with missile defenses, which gets in the way. It's still you have a limited amount of space. It's a ship. Even with that, though, all it takes is one to get through. And what a ship takes, what about 10 years? 10 years, a billion to make. All it takes is one missile, and then you got that personnel on there. And yeah, ships. I mean, I don't know what we have, but it's ancient technology. It's like riding a horse. It's outdated technology. And I think that's a war crime. Trump says he's going to attack the energy. That's actually a war crime. If they've been saying this stuff to try to get, they're not winning. I'm not saying they're doing them. I'm saying that they're saying they're going to do them to try to get Iran to sign the ceasefire. They're not. It's not working. Man, this is wild, man. Pete's. They're going to blame him. I hope he knows that. Not to mention the children. And we don't know all of the damage, but we've lost quite a few Americans, and we lost a lot of kids, man. Iranians, civilians, a lot. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm serious. I just don't even know what's going. They're extending the energy strikes for 10 days. I don't even know if that's long enough. Says the incompetent idiot should fire Hegseth. He should then rehire James Mattis, which he should never fired Mattis in the first place. Yeah, but by this time I think it's just simply too late, man. Because the most simplistic way is just to pull out. Just withdraw all your troops. That's the simplest way to do it. But and then you talk about uh, occupied. So if Israel tries to occupy all these countries, there's going to be more terrorism. There's going to be more terrorism, and then what are they going to complain about the terrorism? Yeah, I got you. I got you, Matthew. I got you. They said he's handing out peace feelers. Donald Trump, an Iranian leader, has come out publicly and said he's received a peace feeler from Donald Trump. They said it was one sided and unfair. Says at least 2,000 people have been deleted. And this is coming out of Iran. That's wild, man. Yeah. So he's handing out peace feelers. That doesn't sound like a win. But they said it was totally one sided. So I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, they've already talked about it. They believe that they're going to do that. Studio. They believe they're going to do that. They believe they're going to do. They're going to self target themselves so they can blame Iran. And Pete's not enough. Throwing Pete out with the trash, that's not enough. That's just simply not enough. You're going to have to do more. And I don't even know what to say. Yeah, and Tom, when you say he's a laughing stock, when you say that, when you make that statement, you know, his press conferences are all bluster, and he's attacks the press, you know, and it's hard, so people don't get the impression that on the foreign stage he has people have opinions that are not necessarily flattering of him. Here we go again. This guy's bringing up Obama, bro. You got Obama derangement syndrome. I mean, these dudes walk around with Joe Biden derangement syndrome, Obama derangement syndrome. I mean, they're just walking hypocrites, walking hypocrites, brainwashed. I can't believe that man brought up Hillary Clinton. What has it been 10 years since that woman tried to run? That man brought up Hillary Clinton. Bro, you are messed up, bro. You are brainwashed. And we're in the middle of war, and we're about to lose our American service members. We're about to lose them. And you up here talking about don't Trump derangement syndrome. Are you crazy, bro? He's up here talking about Hillary Clinton, Obama, and Joe Biden. Okay, are they putting people in harm's way? Is Hillary Clinton starting a war? Is Hillary Clinton trying to put boots on the ground? But you want to talk about why not Hillary Clinton? You're a fool, bro. You know what? We finna put you in the dungeon for that. Okay? Enjoy your stay. There you go. Let me get you out of here. We're gonna put you in the dungeon for being stupid. Yeah, and they try to drag other people into this foolishness. That's what hold on. So at this moment you want to talk about Obama and Clinton? That's right. You guys are brainwashed. I mean, you some of you guys you sit on the internet and you just get brainwashed. You listen to these podcasters, you listen to Tucker Carlson, and you just get brainwashed. You know, Obama, and he's black, so it's okay to blame him because he's black, and it plays to you bigots. You feed off of that. You bigots and racists, you feed off of that. Blame it on Obama. We're about to have American service people put boots on the ground if they're not already there. And instead of being concerned for their well being, you're talking about Obama. You're talking about Joe Biden. Yeah, you're just stupid. You're just being stupid when all is said and done. He's going to blame and he's going to fire Pete, but that's not enough. The American people deserve so much more. There we go. The American people deserve so much more, and they're going to get it. We're going to climb out of this. I know we'll make it, but whew, we got a long way to go, man. We have a long way to go. Sometimes it's just the price. Sometimes you just have to say the price is just too much. Sometimes it's the money. Sometimes it's just the money. That's just the money. We don't have the money. And blaming Hegseth is not enough. There's going to be other people who are going to be held accountable. He's looking at his whole cabinet. They're going to want to know what did they know and when did they know it and why were they for this? And they're going to ask him about this civilian. Those are rules of engagement. Those are laws. Those are laws. It's already been written. You can't come on. Nobody. That's like Putin saying he don't care about the rules of engagement. You just can't do that. That makes you a war criminal. That makes you a war criminal. And Trump right now is polling at his lowest. And the people, I think only 25% of the people approve of this war. 25%, 75% don't. They don't approve of what's going on. They don't. And when those bodies start to come back, then what? And the president is supposed to be there because he needs to see what's going on. He needs to see exactly what his decisions are doing. He needs to stand there and see exactly what his decisions are doing and how it's affecting us. And what are we going to do? And which way are we going? Like the stream, brother. And see, you got the trolls. And this is about helping people. You know, we did streams about dying for Trump. A lot of those people are going to go over there and not be able to return. He said Trump's acting in his rightful way. Okay, what about the war crimes? Is that okay? Is it okay to say you're gonna bomb civilians? Is that okay? Is that okay? You say I'm gonna bomb civilians. Is that okay? Is that okay? He say he considered Goyim to be slaves. He said his approval rating is 36%, and the 36% is his cult and Fox News. Fox News, man. There's nothing we can do but Fox News. I mean, what they're doing this, I mean, they have just become it's just a pep rally, man. It's just propaganda and lies. It's like a campaign headquarters. No, not even the possibility of fairness. It's just lies. And setting Pete out with the trash, is that going to be enough? And what are we waiting on? You know what I mean? We're waiting on the other shoe to drop, and there it is right there. Boom. Isn't Trump famous for that? How long have we been waiting on that? And Trump's probably going to do it in public. Knowing Trump, Trump don't care. Knowing Trump, he does not care. He's probably going to do it publicly. He's already blaming Pete. More and more, he's opening up saying Pete was the one that got us to go into Iran. It was Pete's recommendation. It was Pete. Pete said it. Pete wants to do it. Pete. And once we start getting those soldiers and sailors, once we start getting them returned, he's going to blame Pete. Biden didn't go into Iran. Some of you guys are stupid. Man, that's just stupid. Why would I blame Biden for going into Iran when he didn't go into Iran? And you guys, you need to care about your fellow American. You guys come on here and you show you don't give a damn about your fellow American. I want you to go and listen to Lee Greenwood's Proud to Be an American on repeat. He's up here talking about Joe Biden. You need to go listen to that on repeat. Talk to me tomorrow. This man's putting our troops, the people we care about, the people in our community, he's putting them people in harm's way for nothing. For nothing. As if they're expendable. Actually, when Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, see, this is the difference between me and you, idiot. I didn't have a problem with it. If you want to try to jump on a plane, and you don't even have anything, first of all, it wouldn't have worked anyhow because they would have froze to death. But if you want to jump on a plane without a handrail and think you can just hold on to the door, yeah, of course you're going to slide off the wing. He said, I didn't complain about it. I didn't think it was cool, but I understood he had to get out of there. And I looked at that as them grown people. If you want to try that, if I went and did it, what if I did it right now? What if I went out to the runway right now and I go jump on a plane? I go jump on the wing. I go to Chicago O'Hara. First, I'll be waiting till tomorrow, so I probably won't get out of there till tomorrow. But I go on the runway, and then I go jump on the wing of a plane. And then what? They're supposed to slow down or what? I fall off. What is their fault? It's their fault. He gave them back their money, dumbass. You know what? For that dumbass, for that stupid statement, we're going to put you in the dungeon. It was their money. Idiot. Most of the time, they leave their equipment behind because it's more first of all, it's going to be messed up because it's full of sand, and it's actually more expensive to try to get it back and repair it than to just get good stuff. He said they left equipment there for what, a bunch of people in caves and with goats. Yeah, and I haven't heard them doing anything with it. You still not talking about Trump, though. You haven't said a word about Trump. You haven't mentioned anything about Trump. Are you going to bring up Trump? Yeah, Trump and his code are quick to talk about Americans. They call themselves patriots. They want to leave American service members on the ground. American servicemen and women, you want to leave them. You want them to shed blood and foreign soul. You call yourself a patriot? You're pretty stupid, brother. You're pretty stupid to even say something like that. I mean, can you believe this? This is how stupid we gonna go. You know what? You gone, idiot. If you come over here being disrespectful, you're gonna get blocked. Yeah, you can make a salient point. You could be pro this war, but if you're gonna use profanity, you're not gonna be here. No, it's 10. He moved it back 10 days. And he sent a peace feeler. They said it was one sided. So clearly he didn't expect them to accept it. And all of those civilians, that's a real thing, man. War crimes, that's real. That's not about Fox News going on Fox News and bragging that you can drop a tomahawk on a school of kids. That's Fox News. In the real world, that is a war crime. That's a war crime. And that's terrible. And that's horrible to even think like that. You had Leslie Graham on there just clowning, talking about people are not, I just saw Mike Huckabee. I just saw him saying that the American youth need to be programmed to love Israel. That's what he said. He said they don't love him like he does. He's 70 years old. I just saw it, brother. Mike Huckabee sat up there and said they need to be programmed. That's what he said. He said program. What about they can't make a decision up in their own mind? They're not capable of making that decision up themselves. But it's not enough. The U.S. has been their air campaign has been going great. But see, this Iran says that they're ready for the land campaign. Yeah, a bunch of Call of Duty guys. Yeah, that seems to be the most vocal. The guys who sit around with their buds playing Call of Duty, and they think this war is the same as that video game. Say it's been proven in USA. You're a fool. You know that. If you believe that, you got to be. I cannot believe you'll say something like that. These guys, they believe what they want to believe. They don't care about the truth. They believe what they want to believe. What about those dead troops? Are they real, or am I just imagining things? We had a man left his wife and three looked like they were triplets. They couldn't have been more than a year, and he died in action. You think that's okay? You think that's okay? You're gonna lie for Trump about that? You're gonna make excuses for Trump on it? Is that okay with you? Are they trying to make Trump look bad? You guys are, I can't believe it. You guys are mindless. You're drones. You're idiots. You're minions. And you have no capacity to think. We got a U.S. service man married, just had triplets. He lost his life, and you guys don't blame Pete and Trump for that. You're stupid. You listen to Fox News and you pretend it didn't happen. This is where we are, man. Unfortunately, there are casualties in war. Yeah, but it's supposed to be casualties you can't prevent. That's the whole thing with boots on the ground. You're trying to prevent things from happening, bad things from happening. You don't want those things to continue. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be another Vietnam, man. Like we didn't learn our lesson the first time, man. Not to mention the racism. Not to mention the racism. Well, we do need to straight, but they snuck 10 ships out with Pakistani flags on them. Once again, honor. Trump don't have any honor. That's disrespectful to the troops there. You want to put up another country's flag, and now you want to publicly say we got 10 ships out by using another country's flag. What about the American flag? Do you know that flag can never fall? Do you know that? You know, if the person holding that flag goes down, somebody else got to pick it up. That flag is never supposed to hit the ground. In the theater of war, that flag stays raised. If you're part of a regiment and you're holding it, you keep it up. If you fall, the person behind you, somebody else, they throw down their weapon and they pick that flag up. That flag can never fall. Trump just took the flag of a foreign country and put it on one of the ships so that they can get some oil through. That's disrespectful. That is beyond disrespectful. And what are we fighting for? Ultimately, what are we fighting for? Are we fighting for our honor, our respect, our pride, or we're just fighting the fight? And if you got to do stuff like that, you're losing the war. If you got to hide, if you got to put another country's flag on your vessels, you're losing the war. You are losing the war. So it's called a false flag. They've done it. Who's done it a million times? Yeah, why are we even over there? I agree. He said we're fighting for the people that they killed by man, get out of here. Get out of here. You believe that? You guys are brainwashed. You guys sit there, you listen to the Ben Shapiro's, the Tucker Carlsons, and you get brainwashed. And you walk around thinking you know something about what's going on because you listen to Ben Shapiro. You guys are brainwashed. We don't even know. We have no exit strategy. Let me get this guy out of here. There we go. We got to get the gay guys. You know, if that's what you are, keep it to yourself, bro. There we go. We got you. Isn't that something? These guys, we're talking about what's going on with the war, and that's all they got. That's all, they got time to troll. Yeah, and Benjamin Netanyahu, he's the true president of the United States. He says Ben Shapiro is Jewish. No, no, but for real, you, you, you think, you think, isn't that what people say? Why don't you go back to Iran? Why you in America? if you're pro-Israel, if you put Israel over America, why are you here? Haven't people got on him for that? And he could care less about the war lasting 5 years as long as it's serving Israel. He could care less. We're fighting for Israel. Why are we sending our troops on the ground to fight for Israel? Yep. Which means they're going to lose uh, their lives over there. American kids grew up in America, salute the flag, and we're sending them off to Iran, and unfortunately, they're going to lose their lives. And you got people in the chat who are so I don't even understand. They're so crazy about Trump that they look the other way. They look the other way. Yeah, we thought so. That's why they're bombing the people over there. Said first it was about freeing the Iranian people. So they knocked out the first wave of leaders, and the people were in the streets protesting and upset. And then so they started bombing the people. That makes no sense. I thought you were there to liberate the people. And there's 90 million people in Iran. You think because you got 50 protesters that somehow the Iranian people want to be set free? That's ridiculous. They don't. What do you mean set free? And what is freedom to you? What is freedom to Iran? I'm just saying they don't want to be West. The people over the Iranians, they don't want to be Western. They may they don't even have the leadership they used to have. They may not like the Ayatollah, but that don't mean they want to take on the ways of the West. You guys really think that? I mean, that's Americans tend to do that. They tend to think every other country wants to be America, and they don't. They don't want oppression, but they don't want to be American. They don't. That's stupid to think that. They're very content with their society. Like I said, they don't want oppression, and they may not like their leadership, but they don't want to be Western. They don't believe in the ways of the West. And that's a fact. And Trump's going to hit them with you're fired. And Pete's going to be shocked. A dumbass, Iran was more West. No, how? How? In what way? They're not even close. The people of Iran, they're not Western. They don't want to live like us. You don't even understand that, do you? You don't you have no concept of that. The religion that they practice. They're real big on religion over there. They don't want to be. There ain't no do as you please in Iran. You can do anything you please. No, you can't. Not in Iran. You can't. Look at Dubai. You can't even do what you can't even drink in Dubai. Yeah, I know. They've eaten up so much propaganda from Ben Shapiro that they actually think Iran wants to be Chicago. No, they don't. Rumors Trump is going to get rid of Pete. He's going to make Pete the fall guy. I don't think that's going to be enough. But he's going to throw him under the bus. And somebody said he might lure one of those generals that retired back to go ahead and fix this thing. The one general actually had a relationship with the Iranians. He had did some type of peace talks. Perhaps he can get him to come back to save us. Maybe. He said Christianity. He said Christianity. Um, what's the Hindu? Do you know Hindu was around? And then you got to go over to Africa. And on that one, you're right. I'd have to go look that up. But all of that stuff started, and stuff didn't start no America, faith, religion. And for some reason, people think Judaism or whatever. No, it didn't. Hindu was around way before Judaism. Hindu is almost caves, writing on the wall in chalk. That's Hindu. That was around for thousands of years before Christianity, Judaism was ever born. Christianity came out of Judaism. There's a religion of faith in that. Now that's the problem. It is in Africa, but it's different. I don't know the name of it, but they believe that and Hindu, those are the two longest faiths ever. People actually believe, this is all rumor. They actually believe that the whole concept of religion, they're saying that people believe that the concept of Judaism came from Africa. That's what they believe. And they believe that the books, some of those books are actually African books. And they saying that the white supremacists went in there and stole that from them black people and took it back to his land. That's what they believe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to lose service people. We're going to lose them, but they need their deaths have to be something that's preventable. He said Christianity is African. You think so? You think so? I don't know about that one. African has its own faith. Now, are there ministries? Yeah, all through Africa. Yeah. That's colonizer. You know that, right? What they say, the European shows up with the Bible and the African has the diamond, but after they have given them, you know, indoctrinated them into the Bible, the European gets the diamond and leaves the Bible with the African. If I read my Bible, I wouldn't be able to watch this war. I wouldn't even be able to keep up with it. It goes against the Bible. Everything about it. There's no such thing as you can assassinate someone and try to say it's God's will. It's not. When they went in there and took down that Ayatollah and all those other people, they violated. I don't know where you guys think that's okay. That's not okay. The Bible's not that older than the Quran. I think it's about 1,500 years. Maybe I think 15. Islam came, the Prophet Muhammad, he wrote it in a cave. He couldn't read or write, but he wrote the Quran. And it's like 1,500 years after Christianity. So, you can't have any depictions. But you need to you need to talk to some Iranian people. What, in America? They happy at what's going on in Iran? This guy met the guy who he said who he buys his gas from somebody who's from Iran, and he thinks that he speaks for all the Iranian people. That's sad, man. That's sad. He says, I believe it, brother. Past white supremacists were known to steal African and African American information, claim and rewrite it as their own. The white leprechaun on the Lucky Charm box was stolen. I don't know. That's a hell of a paragraph right there. The white leprechaun. Right? Okay. Lucky Charms. I never liked that. I don't like those marshmallows. Yeah, I just wasn't a big thing when you eat your food and you got that soft Lucky Charms. I'm a cornflakes man. Nice bowl of cornflakes with some cold milk, little sugar over the top. Yeah, that's cool. You got to get it quick, though. You don't want it to go soggy. As a kid, we were taught not to. Well, it didn't go soggy for me anyhow because I was hungry. But if it went soggy, man, sometimes your parents would make you eat it anyhow. Yeah, cornflakes. And our troops, we want to bring them home so they can enjoy things that you think are small, but they'll want they're not going to be able to enjoy that. They're going to be eating MREs. They're going to be eating the equivalent to ramen noodles and sardines for the next 30 days. And I don't even know how they're going to be. They got to stay on those ships. They got to stay on those ships. Do not go boots on the ground. Live in fear. Let it protect you. Uh, Pete, they're going to throw Pete under the bus. Trump's already publicly saying this war was Pete's idea. Trump saying it, these people told me to do that. And it might work. It might work. If he can get rid of Pete and people put it all on Pete, Trump might be able to get away with it, where he's not necessarily having to stomach the blame. What's up with your Shaka? Put it all on Pete. Blame Pete. Take out the trash. Donald Trump. There we go. Take out the trash. Oh, take out the trash. Trump, take out the trash. Oh, man. Oh, man. This dude, his life is so just, I don't even know how to put it. His life is so worthless that he runs around YouTube talking about he likes the tears of libertards. Are you serious, man? Well, first of all, I'm not a liberal. A liberal. That's A, and I don't know what you mean. You're talking about me. You're right. You are going to see tears. I care about the American people. I don't want them to go to foreign lands and lose their life. So, yeah, you're right. You'll see tears. So, you'll love it over here. We're going to keep talking about it because it shouldn't be happening. This guy, and these guys that get on these YouTube channels and this is the type of guy. Look at this guy, Space Dad. Look at this guy. This type of guy that plays Call of Duty and thinks that it's the same as going to war. This guy, you're a clown, brother. You're a clown. Netanyahu got in Jared Kushner's head and relayed the message to wage war on Iran. Yeah, he did. Netanyahu's been wanting this for 40 years. Yeah. I personally think that's the only country America has to worry about striking it with a nuclear weapon, Israel. But I've always believed that we go way back because when you start going through stuff, the other countries, they would do it, the Chinas, the Russias, the North Koreas, but that's the one who would just do it. I think if Trump backed out of this war, he would be because they're gonna do stuff to make him get back in it. You got to. And you got to put Pete out. You got to put him out. Put him out with the trash. Set him on the side of the road, Trump. Set him on the side of the road. He's outlived his usefulness. He's outlived his usefulness. His it you know, yeah, he's gonna commit the Marines. I don't even understand that. I don't even know how, if you're a patriot, if you love America, how you could take that. Because in the end, what are we fighting for? Don't give me this foolishness. They can get into negotiations. Okay, they can send inspectors over. They say they want to get the uranium. Get the uranium. Get it. He says no service people are staying in the neighboring bases. There's the O's staying in hotels outside those little bases. Yeah, yeah. And a lot of them they're trying to bring home. Yeah, that's not a mission accomplished. Iran is still fighting. Iran still has their uranium. They're now charging money. What Trump didn't tell you is Pakistan. They used the Pakistan flag, but they also had to pay to go through the strait. Trump paid. Marco Rubio, all of these guys. JD. I don't even understand it, man. You know, in Russia, it's probably got two subs parked right outside of off the coast of Iran and Israel, and they're a matter of fact, Putin was bragging. He said 2 million Russian speaking people are in Iran. He was bragging on it. That's like a language spoke over there. They trying to get out of there, man. Yeah, and people believe that the president picked Pete because he wanted a, like, it's just like putting Sean Hannity. He wanted to put a personality in front of those cameras. Wasn't a question. He didn't want the old generals. He didn't feel that people would watch him. Now we got a reality show president and a Fox News host as war secretary of war, and this is unacceptable. And we're better than this. As a people, we're better. We deserve better. We deserve better. Said he wants to go to war. He doesn't care about those children. He doesn't care about the military. He would do that because he feels pressure from his base. Yeah, yeah, his base, which is crazy, man. It's crazy. He says he's Secretary of Defense. Well, he calls himself Secretary of War, so that's what he calls himself. He said it sounded tougher. He said it sounded tougher. That's what he said, man. It says it sounds tough. I'm gonna call myself Secretary of War. I don't know, man. We done updated, and every morning we wake up, and every morning we have to deal with the body counts, and every day, and it's hard. It's hard to take this stuff. It's frustrating. It's maddening. Like the stream, brother. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. You have something to add? And any of you guys who've served in the military, man, just think about it. Think about you're on those ships. It's dark now. Within the next 2 days, you expect it to be boots on the ground if you're not already. And you're going to be away for a while. And you guys should pray right now that that's not you. You did your time. But you need to understand that there are people over there doing it. And this guy says a liberal is disagreeing with Trump. Well, then, yeah, call me a liberal. I don't agree with everything he does. Just like he said he wouldn't go to war, but he's going to war. I don't agree with that. And just because Trump lies, that doesn't make me a liberal. He's the one who lied, so that makes me a liberal. So I got to anything he does. That's okay. That's okay. He said he wouldn't go, but he went, and they keep talking about um, they had to do it. No, they didn't. It says Secretary of War is a 5-star general. Okay, well, that's what Pete calls himself. Why don't you take it up with Pete? That's what Pete refers to himself as. There you go. Thank you. We are American, not left or right. American. Yeah, you got to tell that to Trump's people. You got to tell that to his MAGA crowd. They don't think so. Explain that to his people. We're all Americans, especially now during this conflict, even more so. But that don't that doesn't mean we're a rubber stamp for everything he does. We're not. We don't co-sign everything he does. Well, we got to accept the world the way it's changing, man. We got people now who are brainwashed. Never thought I'd see that. We got people who are disciples. They're disciples of Trump, man, like Trump's Jesus. They're so pitiful. You just look at them. You know their lives are a wreck. Their lives are an absolute wreck. They have to walk around with a hat on. And then the guy says he runs around YouTube looking for tears. Well, I thought we were all Americans. He's brainwashed. They sit back, they listen to Fox News and Ben Shapiro, and they get brainwashed. Also, he gets money off of them. They go and they buy his products. They get his. He has a special members only, Ben Shapiro's members only war discussion, and they pay for that. They pay for that, and they sit there and they listen to Ben Shapiro and they listen to all of the Fox News guys and Gutfield, and Gutfield will be in your city. Which, you know, what is he, a comedian? He does his little stand up and they pay to see it. And they pay to see it. That's how pathetic you guys are pathetic. And you know you're incels. A lot of half of these dudes in here that's running around talking about they MAGA and all, these dudes are incels. What's up with you, K-Rax?
Yeah, what's up, Plat? Good stream you having. Good stream. I ain't gonna lie. It's good that you really talking about and shedding light, cause people don't want to talk about it, man. Like people don't want to talk about it, but it's something real that's actively going on. And what I don't like about it for real is that you got you got so many lies, so much misinformation, people just saying stuff like it's too much going on, and then you got the people that's get on and acting like they know what they talking about. Like it's just all I can say. The main point is just respect for the troops, and like
Yeah.
this do need, like, this situation
All
needs
you,
some.
all you need to say, K-Rax, if anybody asks you about this, just say I pray for the troops. You don't,
Exactly.
yeah, that's it. You don't have to say nothing now. You don't have to take a position.
Nope.
You have to bring up Trump's name. You just say, hey, I pray for our troops, man. And then you question that person who's talking to see if they pray for the troops. Because more than likely they don't. They pray for Trump. And then you're gonna know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, like Plat, like it's ridiculous. Like I agree. Like what you were just saying, Plat, about all the MAGA and all of that. Like that just go to show you where people morals is. You feel me? Like matter of fact, I think he actually went to go visit like some restaurant out in like Georgia somewhere. All them black people smiling at him. You like just
Uh,
smiling at him.
You talking about
You,
Trump?
yeah, bro. Like
Wait, you talking about, hold up, you're not talking about nothing recent, right?
this was about like a month or two ago, Plat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they he visited. He was I seen the video. Um, he was just sitting there talking or whatever, and then all the
Black people like Trump because they're thugs.
nah, it wasn't even them
No,
type of
they
niggas.
want no. They want to be like Trump, but they're cowards, and they'll never be able to do what he does. But they're attracted to they're attracted to him because for the most part they're nothing but a bunch of thugs,
Nah, I agree. I
nothing but
agree.
a bunch of criminals and thugs. But go
I
ahead.
agree. I agree. But in the video, it was mainly just older black woman Plat. Like it wasn't even no like it was barely. I didn't even see no men for real. Like it was just a whole bunch of black women just smiling. I'm like, y'all too happy right now. Y'all too happy. Like that nigga gonna give y'all like a paycheck or something. Like that's crazy. And then, but nah, Plat, it is. It's like a cult. It's like a cult. That's what that
Yeah.
is. That whole you, and the thing is, you really gotta be stupid to, cause you got, like you said, play. You got people wearing hats. You got people really. They have stores, like they have like
Yeah, I
magic
saw that.
store. Like
Saw that.
it's ridiculous. Like I
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
idol worship. That's hey, Jason Whitlock. That's idol worship. You haven't said anything about it. You know that's what that is. You ain't supposed to put. You're not supposed to prop another man up. We're all men, but you're not supposed to do them where you almost elevating them into godlike status. That's blasphemous.
yeah, you
That's
can't do that. Like
yeah,
that's in the Bible, plat. Like you can't even. Yeah, you're not supposed to just be sitting up here just glorify. Like okay, it's one thing if you got like certain men in your life that you know you look up to, or you got respect for them. But like it be niggas full on just doing too much. Like niggas doing the most over another grown man play. Like nah, that's when that's foolishness. Like that's when you getting into foolishness. Like you can't just it's you, yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. So but yeah, play, it's just a whole bunch of niggas, and that's why he doing all of that promotion, making like Call of Duty type of montages, cause younger, cause the younger crowd gonna look at that and be like, oh my god, like they looking at it different. They not looking at it from a realistic perspective. Like you said, them Call of Duty niggas, they gonna look at that and be like, Trump a real nigga, man. Like
yeah. We
it's
don't want to use
oh,
your language, brother.
my fault. But not for real though. Like that's how they be. That's how they be. Nah, like you gotta.
No, but you're right. No, black people like him because he gets see. But the thing, this is the thing. Black people like a guy like Trump. He's loud. He's disrespectful. You know how he feels about women. A lot of people who like Trump like him because he's a rascal. They like a guy like him, right? But the
Yeah,
truth is, he's also president. They forget, they leave that part out. If they try to do like Trump, it's not going to work.
nah, they can't beat. They can't. Yeah, nah, they don't have that position. They don't. They
Yeah,
nowhere
that's
close
what
to
I'm
that.
saying. They leave the part out. The man's president, but they look at him and say, "I like the way he talked down to that reporter. I like the way he did this. You know, I like the way he did that." Yeah, well, he's still president now. He's disrespectful, but he's still president. So he's able to get away with a lot of stuff. I just hope people know that he's president. If you try to do this, you might be able to get away with this in the ghetto. I said might, but you ain't gonna be able to get away with this type of behavior in corporate America. You better be in charge. You better be up there. That's why people. I don't understand people even know about that.
Yeah, plat niggas. Yeah, I mean, yeah, plat. It ain't. You gotta have. You gotta look at stuff from a realistic perspective, like at all times. Like in my opinion, because you can't. What the issue is, and when you really think about it, play is it when you think about the long game, it was kind of a smart idea. But what he did basically was like everybody knew him for like, yeah, he was in business and all of that, but he was also an entertainer. So with him also being an entertainer, a lot of people actually liked him, started liking him over the years, no matter the ridiculous statements he done made or any of that. Like his entertainment factor became more important than what he actually, like him being like people are letting that be letting the entertainment factor be an excuse for him doing a lot of stuff he's doing. That should never be the case. That should never be the case. I don't care how much you like him. I don't care how much you didn't seen him on what show. Like, even if you look at him as like this great businessman, you can't. you gotta look at stuff for what it is, like what they doing right now. You gotta look at it for what it is, and all of it is blasphemous. Like you can't just, like you said, you getting into actual war crimes and stuff like that. And he was doing stuff before. Like people ain't even talking about Cuba. People not even talking about Cuba, Platt. Like it's crazy.
You might cut the lights out.
Yeah, Platt. Yeah, like it's up. It's too much. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's not. It's actually Platt. It's actually stuff going on that's taken away. I mean, that's not being shed. Like it's situations happening right now that has no light shed on it because of everything going on in the Middle East, and it's tragic. That's all I can say.
I
Like
know.
I
It
just pray for the troops, bro. That's all
that's
I
all
say.
you can do, man. That's the right thing to do. Pray for the troops. Pray for the troops and for this thing to end.
Yep.
Bring them home.
Especially, and then it's like, yeah, especially if y'all know people who are in the because I know I mean, I know people who are in the military. Like I like went to school with them, and that's what they then told me when we was in junior or whatever grade it was. Like they told me, yeah, man, after all this over, go to the military. I'm like, okay, cool. Hope that work out. Like I respect. If you serve, bro, I respect it. Like I done met a lot of uh, the service men, and you just gotta put respect. They going to war. They putting their lives on the line. You gotta respect that.
You should.
Yeah.
You should. They're saving. They're doing it for you. They're doing it for your freedom.
Yep.
Whatever whatever you're into, they're going over to Iran. They're going over there they're in our they're serving our country so that you can do whatever you're doing right now. That's called freedom.
Yep. Cause
Yeah, but
don't let it be no draft. Niggas gonna be running, ducking, and dodging. It's gonna
um,
be all type of
it's not gonna work. So
yeah. There's not, but the
yeah,
dudes gonna do it.
if they want to go to jail, they can do that. They'll catch them eventually. They still live in America. So
But see, it's a lot of people, younger people now play don't even care. Like they look at it like I'd rather go to
they don't
jail.
care. Well, that's what they'll be, and
Yeah,
they don't. They'll put you in jail, man.
yeah,
And
they will. They
for
will.
some conscription, I'm for that. And you probably would you probably would disagree with that. That's worse than a draft.
Well, you said what? I ain't my bad. I ain't hear
Conscription.
that.
They just come get you.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah,
just catch you out like that spring break. That rodeo.
yeah. I know what you
You see
talking about.
rodeo, they just go down there with vans and start putting people in the van.
Yep,
They don't let you go. You going. You're under their custody right then. They say you are now a member of the armed forces, and ain't nothing you can do.
yep. You gotta start that training.
Yeah, give us your ID.
Yep,
They, yeah, and you go you leave from Houston. They don't know these people. They don't understand freedom. They're spoiled with freedom.
oh yeah. Plat. That's definitely a big issue now. A lot of people take what they got for granted. A lot of people take what they got for granted, and they not going to realize until something happened to them that it's not a game. And that be the whole problem. Niggas think everything is a game.
You gotta watch dropping the M bombs,
My
bro.
bad, my bad, Plat, my bad, Plat. But nah, but yeah, dudes be thinking it's a game, man. It's just not. It's just not, and you can't. And just looking at everything that's going on, and really, it's deeper stuff than this war. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's 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 too much going on for this war to be really be happening. That's what I'm saying, Plat. Like I was agreeing with you earlier. Like is this is like a choice. Like we didn't even have to. have to do this. But like you said, it's
He
now
didn't.
we in too deep. Like now we deep into it.
Yeah,
You feel
he
me?
can't-
So
Trump can't get out. See, that's the thing. Now it's about saving face. And see, this is the thing that's going to catch up with Trump. All of the lies, it's just not going to work. Just lying and lying and lying and lying.
yeah, you
Gonna catch
can't.
up with you.
I don't know how he going. I don't. Yeah, cause that's just you can't just do like I ain't never seen anything like that. Like he just come out and just blatant. It be so blatant play. Like you, everybody know he lying. He just say it anyway. Like
Yeah.
it be so blatant.
And Iranian said they have not been talking to him about no ceasefire.
That's
And then he said he's going to bomb the energy plants. Then he pulled out. Now he gave them 10 days.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Now it's like yeah. Now because it's too much back and forth and lying. Like it's like okay, boom. One day Trump say this, then the next day Iran come out. Oh no, we didn't even have no conversation. We didn't even speak with them. Like it's too many. We can't. This back and forth is really like it's like it's childish, bro. Like it is.
Then you got to realize that the people who that he's trying to scare or send messages to Russia and China, message not being received. That's not working with them.
Yeah, bro. Like yeah, you
Trump,
can't just.
he getting scared.
Like
He
I'll
can
say
scare.
this. Like I don't know what he up to, but he got like the ultimate manipulation tactic. Like that nigga. I mean, he be. I don't know.
Scare the Democrat. He can scare a Democrat, but that's not really his ultimate goal. His ultimate goal is to scare Britain and China, and he's not scaring them. And that's what I don't think. So let me tell you something about this. A tough guy, right? Tough guys really ain't trying to prove anything. It's weak guys who try to prove they're tough. Tough guy, he's like, whenever you want to do that, we'll do it whenever you're ready. It's the weak guy that walks around trying to prove he's tough because he low key fears the tough guy, and that ain't gonna work, man. That's not gonna work with Putin. Putin don't want to take on America, but Trump's not proving anything. That's why Putin is still working with Iran. He's daring Trump to say something. He's daring Trump to question him. He gonna do what he want to do. He don't care. Go ahead, Tabor.
Oh man, I just woke up. What's up, fellas? Um,
What's up?
I hopped
Yeah,
on YouTube, man. Hear some see what was going on, man. I ain't really got too much to say, bro. I just came in. I don't even know what's going on.
there's
I just
rumors Trump's gonna fire Pete. He's blaming Pete for the whole war.
yeah, I can see that. I can
Yeah,
see
so
that. The fall guy.
yeah.
The fall. They gotta blame somebody. When once you get up there, um, you only there. You're only useful till you're not useful. I mean, not useful. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was gonna come. At some point, man, to be honest with you, when it comes to all this, bro, with this war, like I'm kind of glad it's happening now in my life, where I'm in a position of not have to worry if things go left. But it's really a good thing for us men, man, as far as getting people out of our lives a certain way. And I'm saying that because the way the economy is, bro, the way everybody complaining, the problems that most people are going through, how you just said it ain't even just about weak men, it's about weak people, having them in your life and they being around too long, and those weak people have you doing things. Not saying Trump ain't to blame for some, just like we wouldn't be able, we can't not blame ourselves for some of the things, but bro, weak people have you doing some things, bro. You know what I'm saying? That you look back on and be like, man, I should have never took that route
Yeah,
anyway. So
that needs to be you for real though, like a chance taker and stuff. When you doing it, because I can see in the Trump. First of all, they're politicians, so I don't even know why people want them to be. They're not wrestlers, you know. They're just politicians. But this guy's trying to make Trump. He's trying to impress Trump, and I think he's going a little bit too far. He might wind up with war crime charges. You
yeah,
can't.
somebody gonna have to get some charges out of this.
That's tough talk. I don't care about the civilians. What do you mean you don't care? Hey man, I don't know about that.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think this like beyond charges at this point. I like I don't even know what you could do at this stage. Like it's not even I mean, we could talk. I mean, we could have conversations all we want to, but like, who gonna stop him? Who gonna stop him?
Well, America's still going to be held accountable.
Yeah, of course, but
So, and it's actually for the troops. See, all of this, um, I don't care about war crimes. That puts American troops at risk
yeah,
because they were saying that we want to forget those are the days of old World War II and stuff. Let's take it to a different level. No, you don't want to do that because they punish your troops. They do all types of they torture. You want to be tortured? They torture your people. You don't want them to do that,
They'll do it to
uh,
the citizens too.
huh?
They'll do it to the citizens too. Recently, when they stopped doing the what do you call it, like the EBT, and they shut it down for like 45 days or something like that, and people were stressing
I
about it.
wasn't. Yeah, they told me I can't have none. But what you say?
I I was saying
Yeah.
like they'll do it to the people too, like just how the like the soldiers going through something, and then they
Mhm.
have the regular citizens. I mean, the TSA situation is showing everybody, even if you work for the government, you're not safe. You know what I'm saying? They'll mess up your money too. Like they like all across the board. Like so I can see why people ain't really saying nothing. I mean, we talking online, but when you start talking about like back in the civil rights era when people was outside, like it's too much for people to lose to be outside arguing with people that you really ain't got no power over because you can't stop nothing.
Oh well, I mean, um, well, if you getting food stamps, yeah, you're not gonna be able to stop anything, man.
And you don't want to
You,
risk it.
you nah, man. I mean, that's okay. That wow. That's a certain level of living, but you're not in a position to complain about that. If you on food stamps, man, you
yeah, for real though, for
Yeah, but
real.
I mean, what I'm saying is like nobody really in the position to tell these boys anything. America always moved like that. That's just the beauty of the
well, it's
internet
called
that we can see
actually,
it.
believe it or not, it's called the United States Congress. Believe it or not, they actually can tell those boys to what to do. But then again, he's got the Republican Party locked steps. It's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to have at least 15 Republicans that go either way. They go with the Democrats, and they don't always just blanketly vote with the Republicans. And Trump's got all of them in his pocket. Now they didn't get this mail-in ballot thing going through, and they say slowly more the guys because they're districts. Trump's got them where if they go against him, he's going to primary somebody to run against him, and he's going to back that person. And now that didn't work in a couple of races, I think yesterday. And they were showing these black Democrats. They were saying that they've taken nothing but L's. The Winston Sears, all of them. It's like six of them. All of their races, they are lost. So I personally think that they're getting away from black Republicans because they look at them as nothing but uh, they're nothing but puppets or stooges, for the Republican Party. They're going to go either way that the Republican Party tells them to go. But they say they don't need them now. Trump's got rid of DEI. You know, They don't really need Negroes now.
all he needed to do was win that election, and that was it. That's all he needed to do. And then from there, he been doing whatever he pleases. Like, Platt, think about all we didn't have about we done had about 2,000 historic events since this man had been president. Like, I don't play like w- from Venezuela to the changing the Gulf of Mexico to like
That was deliberate.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just think about
Well,
everything.
it's not really, I mean, the stuff that he's talking about, K-Rex, has been things we've been trying to do, but he deliberately wanted to change that because he knew AP, Associated Press, wouldn't do it, and then he used that to kick them out of the press room.
Yeah, yeah, he basically he just that's the thing. Like, he comes off is arrogant and I can't think of the word, but he comes off a certain way. But I really do think he really does got like strategic thinking. He because everything he been doing, like, he been getting away with. I mean, it's like he been getting away with it. So I mean, if you in his position, you just gonna keep on doing what you please.
Yeah, he moved
Yeah,
within certain parameters, bro. Yeah, he he's smart about it, bro. Because every day
Mhm.
we talking about something new. You know, no matter what's going on, no matter how severe it is, this dude is always in the news for some of the the smallest things, but it's blown up to be big. And the dude that you talk about, he firing. I remember you was telling me, Platt, how he wasn't really qualified. You know, there's other people that will be qualified more than him, but he put him in position. You know what I'm saying? He let them, get his shine on right now until something like this go down. He talk about being fired, and just like I don't know what people expected.
but
It,
a lot of people, they don't. It's not working. He thought that he could sell Pete to the American public, and they would embrace him in a way that listen and think that he was, he's really representing us, and he's got this real above, take the fight to the enemy, and this like this frat boy, but that's not working. That's what I'm saying. And he's not authentic. People, it don't look like, he's talking, but he doesn't come across like the type of tough guy he's trying. He's the type of guy who hides behind the troops and talk tough, and that's not good for the troops. And you actually need a veteran. You need a warrior. I mean, I know he's been in the service, but you actually need a warrior. You need experience, and that calms the public down. Not somebody that's just kissing Trump's ass. When he opens up his briefings, the first 2 minutes is praise to Trump. This is ridiculous. But this is the time we're in, man. This is the world we're living in. As crazy and weird as it sounds.
yeah, man. I mean, based on history, man, it's a, and I see why. Like, I really didn't care for history before, but when you look back, having conversations with y'all, seeing certain things online, it seemed like it's always a cycle. Like America ain't never really just been in a good place. It's always arguing with somebody about something that they shouldn't be trying to control, but everybody want their thumb or their foot on somebody's neck.
I mean that's the world in general, bro. Like, it's always gonna be issues. It's always gonna be conflict. Like, but the difference now with everything, like, it really is kind of, see, now that you got social media in the mix, that kind of changes stuff. And what's really been happening is like, cause like, really, it's just been a whole bunch of fear mongering and all of that. Like, but not just fear like, with everything going on, it's just like people, we get into a point where people just want to know the truth at the end of the day, and it's only going to be so long before you could just do, like you said, play, do stuff like this, or get in, just keep getting away with stuff. People are gonna get to a point, like people have already been talking about it, like from like the whole year last year, from ice, from like all of that. People are tired. Like people have been going through it, and it's only gonna get to a certain point before you really, everybody just start snapping. And like, and now you got a lot of dudes that's like starting to wake up. Like a lot of dudes is now realizing like what's really going on, and it's
No,
like,
the public's really never been informed,
Never.
and especially the black community. They've always depended. That's a big thing. How they say the liberal, the black community is really dependent on the liberal, right? And the liberal basically tells them which way to go, how
yeah,
high to jump. But now, if you're ready, see, it's just like freedom, right? Okay, and it's a bad analogy to say blacks because blacks never really got it, and when they got it, they couldn't do anything with it. A lot of the slaves they couldn't read or write, but they got freedom. What are they going to do with freedom? So that's even now. Freedom is a good thing if you know what you're going to do and you have a plan. Freedom is a bad thing if you dependent on other people to take care of you. So
Yep.
it's not necessarily a good thing. Depends on the individual. When you brought
Yeah.
up that person, them people that's on them stamps, freedom's not good for them.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is why I'm telling you certain things I be seeing. It's like I want to be, excuse me, I want to have high hopes when it comes to a lot of things, but it's just like I'm not a kid anymore. You know what I'm saying? So if it's the politics, if your local area, you know, people standing up against the situation. Like people got too much to lose, man. You know, and even if you got a plan, it's like certain people ain't gonna even listen to you anyway. So you'll try to focus on your group, and then within your group, let's say like family or friends or whatever, you know, you may say something to where they don't want to be a part of what you got going on anymore, even though you being honest. Like so, people don't really want to hear honesty. They really want to hear the lies because that's what keep them going. Because other than that, once you get past the lies and they start being the truth, they got to deal with life how it really is. And people don't like that, man. People don't like the truth like that, man. It sounds like a good thing and you want it, but it don't help nobody. Well, not nobody, but some of us it help. You know what I'm saying? Some of us it's overwhelming to have
no,
to deal with that.
I'll agree with some of that. I'll agree, because ultimately people do kind of want to live with some kind of comfort, and a lot of people, it would take change. It would really take change for people to really start, you know, just moving different. So like, yeah, I get it. I get it. People, but at the same time, like it's just a lot of people now. It's they just kind of fed up. You feel me? Like a lot of people is tired of the stuff he's doing, and just the whole system as a whole. And just when you look at everything that's been going on, it's like, I mean, it's understandable. But like,
Well, he needs to get rid of Pete. Okay. But I don't think that's going to be enough. I think when you get about 50, 60 dead Marines and they're being flown back, I think throwing Pete under the bus won't be enough. High gas prices. I don't know what Trump's going to do. You
Yeah,
know,
gas.
huh?
I was gonna say Diesel is crazy out here. So if y'all, I'm talking about hopping from state to state, it's about 550 on average almost. So if y'all think higher food prices ain't coming, if you out here trying to do it by yourself and ain't don't have no back end set up or ain't got your team together, like it's time for people to swallow egos and pride, and y'all need to be linking up with each other. Like, and if you don't see it's coming, like, man, it's gonna hit you like a bag of bricks, and it ain't gonna be good. It ain't gonna be
Yeah.
good, man. I'm
For
telling
real.
y'all. I seen this when what do you call it happened in 2020. I had my baby mom and I called her and I sent her extra bread and I was telling her, fam, you gotta go get it together. Like whatever you think you can do on your own, you need to be linking up with somebody and stacking up some bread because things go left. And sure enough, that's when all the stores started closing down and she had called me about it. I was like, bro, I've been telling you because I see it. I know what's being shipped out. I know what's not being shipped out. We got dedicated lanes that was shutting down. We got produce that's not moving. Well, I'm watching trucks just sitting. Like, and then you have conversation with cats at the truck stops. Like, we see it first as far as where the economy going, right? Everybody else, like people that don't drive, they'll see it second. I mean, there's some other people that get to see it too, but we see it first.
No, you're right. What is it up? What is diesel up from? It's going for five
Man,
now. How much was
it,
it before this war?
man, 350 something like that, bro.
Three
I
fifty.
I don't even know how owner ops out here doing it if they ain't got dedicated contracts. But again, the dedicated ain't gonna matter if they ain't got the workers, right? If people ain't going to work, if people stressed out on the bottom level who loading the trucks, then the truck drivers ain't got no what do you call that to move. And now you got other people that this is things falling apart. Like you
They
know how
got no
you
load.
that
They ain't got no
that
load.
yeah, they ain't got no loads, but it's like you know how you pull that thread in the sweater and things start
Yeah.
to unravel and
Uh,
you can't make it better even if you cut it off. It's just there's a hole there now and it ain't no good. Man, things just falling apart, bro. I
we're
ain't gonna hold
different.
you.
We're a different society. When you look at World War II, um, black and white movies. Most people didn't even have a TV. That's the 40s. People were used to going without. If you were to tell people, we got to limit the amount of meat, people didn't have money like that. They just didn't have money. A lot of them cooked and made their own food to begin with. They didn't eat out like that. Many of them didn't have cars, but this is a different world. This is 2026. People got the internet and they got a phone. They might have two cars. Um, all of that stuff now going without it, it's going to be a big deal to the public because the public is not used to it. They're not used to a internet outage for 2 weeks. And I saw that somebody just sued Meta about being addictive. I got to get my suit together. Let me go get my. I'm
Oh
finna sue.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Man,
finna
they
Yeah.
sue.
suing for every
I'm
but
right with you. I'm right with you, flat. Oh, I'm about to hop in so fast. I saw that a couple days ago. I was like, oh yeah, let me get my phone calls ready. Nigga, man,
with
what?
and that right there. Oh, let me say this right quick before I touch on that. They got a person that was like the fuel. They charge a higher fuel surcharge. Yeah, bro, but somebody got to eat that cost somewhere within that load. It got to be eaten, and they're gonna put it on y'all. Um, but when it comes to like that's like I can pick up my phone and do anything on my phone, but I choose to open up Facebook. Like
Yep.
these are grown adults, bro. Like you understand what I'm saying, Plat? Grown adults that's making grown decisions and then be mad when the outcome ain't what they wanted it to be. Like it wasn't gonna affect you in no way. Like man, people just be weird, bro. People just be weird, fam.
But
And go ahead, man. Go ahead, bro.
oh no, I was just gonna say no with the social media. See, and this is where it get the bigger picture coming because like if in all honesty, I really think social media is really just all about control because the way the algorithm works, that shit that excuse my language, That is not normal. Like you click on one thing, and then once you click on that thing, you get just your whole page is now filled with stuff that you could just watch, and that stuff is to keep you just dumbed down. And I don't that you that's what people don't realize. And people are so stuck on their phones, people don't realize it, like that they are addicted.
Right.
And that's the thing. That's all I
I
said.
sort of like I sort of like it works on Instagram for me. It works for me.
What
Yeah,
do you mean? What do you mean it works?
It works for me on Instagram. I click on this photo. I like her. I like that photo. I show interest in that. Next thing I know, I go to my search, and it's nothing but that there. So it works for me.
that's logic. That's almost the way TV used to work back then. The only difference was it wasn't no algorithm. You just had to watch what was on. But you could still flick the channel until you find something that you like. And if that's what you like, you just you I guess you keep that going. Man, the algorithm makes sense, bro. Like as far as like
Yeah.
social media. This is a matter of when you get online, what do you really care to listen to, and is what you listening to beneficial in the long term? Right, we can look online and see how women move, right, their thought process over 4 or 5 videos. Past 4 or 5 certain videos, bro, you don't need to see nothing else online about how they moving. As far as bingo, just go get you some money, stay out the
Mm.
way, stack up.
Uh-oh.
You feel what I'm saying? Or you can get on there and then you can start learning about, have an idea about real estate or what to
But
move some money, some
yeah,
stocks.
but
Go ahead.
once you know how it works, there's things you don't touch because if you don't want to have a whole bunch of women, you never you really can't look at it. You don't have to hit a like. If you go to that page, Insta writes it in that you show an interest in that content. So if you know that and you just want to have like the news and maybe politics, that's the only thing you look at. And I don't even know what X is now. I mean, I think he did that on purpose. Somebody need to sue him.
Man, X the reason for my understanding, X is a, if you go look up X.com or something like that, right? There's a way you can look up a website and see how long it's been owned and by who. He owned that and he had a plan for that long time ago. So buying Twitter, the way people move on Twitter, I guess you could say somewhat honest and freedom of speech by way of social media. It makes sense to who Elon is. Like if y'all don't know if y'all remember how Elon was back in the day, bro. Elon was a nerd dude, fam. Like Elon didn't look like that. He got the hair transplant and everything else. Like he completely looked like he was never outside. He was the kid that was picked on, right? But as far as the algorithm, it works. It's really, it's not a hit or miss. It works. That's why TikTok worked. TikTok was built off other algorithms, right? And it's short form, and people don't like to watch the same thing too long. So you don't, like you said, you don't have to press the like button, but if you watch enough of it, that'll change your algorithm too.
Yep. Yes, it will. You know what's crazy about Insta is say you got what they call them ops, right?
Yeah.
If you go to your ops page, right, because you just want to lurk, what do you think's gonna happen when they go online? Insta's gonna sling your stuff to them because they gonna say this person is showing interest in you. So when they look down in their little timeline, you're gonna pop up.
Yep, you can see your exes will
Your
show up
ex,
as
yeah,
suggested.
yeah, a dude that's dating your ex,
Or
all of
he
that,
used to date her. Yo, bro, I man, listen, bro. My Instagram been crazy for the past few weeks. I've been having them remove people from my page. I'm just like, why is this dude popping up? I don't even, I know him or I know of him, but I don't know him. So
He
that
probably
means
been
he
on
been lurking
on
on
your
my
page.
page.
Well, he probably was doing it.
Yeah, my baby mama had to put me on some game on that because I don't really be on it like that. I just get tired of, seeing certain things. But it's just a matter of your team, man. Everything is gonna fall on your team. As far as who you got around you. I used to have a plan with my partner when 2020 happened. That one I went to Lafayette. high school with, a white dude. Like if anything go left, it was like I come to his house here in Louisiana. Come to his house. He a hunter. He do the guns. He do the bows or whatever. He's like, we go figure it out, bro. Just make it here. Like this is our conversation. And now is like based on what I know and what I've seen, based because of things that I say, like how I be triggering people on here. I triggered him one day, but now it's like I'm in Houston, so now we got land out there, and it's like all I got to do is make it to these 5 acres, and we go be fine. That's what the fam. You feel what I'm saying? So your team go change. People that you used to rock with, they probably be on some other stuff, and you just got to be ready to pivot, bro. And just it's like you
Mm-hmm.
can want to be loyal to people, but you really can't because people are going to show you that they're not loyal to you in a
Well,
sense.
no, actually, you can. You just have to understand the people.
Yeah.
One of the biggest mistakes anybody can make is when you have like an open door policy, um, and you can't really do that. That's one of the well, I ain't gonna get anyhow. You can't do it. You got to really vet even friends. You got to vet people before.
Continuously.
Yep, before you give them information. You just got to do it because it'll come back to haunt you. I know a guy. He got he wanted to do something. We did a project together. He acted a fool, so I just said, "Look, I got to cut him off." I about 4 months later, he was threatening me because I'm like, you threatening me because you want to do this right here, but look at what you did, you know. And I just taught. Well, that was just a lesson. There's plenty of lessons, but it just learned you had to be very careful. You're talking about a team. You have to be very careful of the people that you trust. You can still deal with just about anybody, but you don't have to trust them.
Yeah. You ain't got to go to their house, kick it with them like that. Some people are just that outside. We hit the bar, we get drunk and have fun in a sense, opposed to taking life seriously and can have a long term plan that no matter what, things go shift, but we not go shift. You only go get a selected few of those in your life, man.
You got an independent mind. You got to be independent. Like I don't like you can go to work with someone and it's, like you say, have some a happy hour. You go to happy hour and then you walk over here. Here he come. You go to the bathroom. Here he come. You come out. You go left. He go. I don't like people like that. I expect a man. Once we go to happy hour, we might uh, say hello to each other at the bar. But after that, you got to flare out, man. You got to go and go do your thing. I'm finna go do my thing. And I like when you don't really have to say that and people are independent like that. I like that. And I've noticed that people who don't do that, just waiting on me, they become a problem in the background.
Yeah, and they only bring problems.
Yep.
The
Damn.
conversation is just draining, bro. No matter when you get on the phone, no matter what you talk about, it always goes to this woe is me. This is going on, man. I've been stressed out. Like, bro, you've been stressed out for 6 months, bro. At what point do you not be stressed out because you are taking active steps to not be stressed out, bro? It man, I'm telling you.
I got you, man. And we wanted to put this in tonight. We wanted because there's the report. Maybe he'll do it in the morning. There's rumors he's going to get rid of Pete. Will it be enough? And the boots on the ground. For what we know, the 82nd Airborne Division may have boots on the ground now, but as far as the Marines, not yet. And maybe it's a bluff. Maybe this is Trump bluffing to try to get them to agree to a particular type of deal on the ceasefire. I hope so. I just don't want to see. And everybody's saying that there it's a no win. You just can't win in that terrain. You just can't that island. You can't win there. Everybody's saying it, and the price is too high. Yeah, you might be able to take the island, but the amount of people you lose. That's what they're saying. You don't want to lose if you send 20,000. You don't want to lose 5,000 troops. That's too many. 10,000. That's way too many. Yeah, you get the island, but it costs you 10,000 good men. That's unacceptable.
And the
And,
same people that's been rocking with these cats, the way they move, now they're sending your sons, your daughters, your grandsons, your granddaughters out here to fight for something that you know based on time it ain't ever worked, bro. Based on people's ego.
man, I just hope it's almost unbelievable the things that's happening right now. When we talk about Call of Duty, this the way they're doing this war, it's like a Call of Duty game. It's like you're gonna send more troops over there. Man, I don't even know what to say on that, man. And then you got this group of people that's gonna make excuses for Trump as if
All
those
day.
people are expendable. That's just sad to me. We used to care about each other to the point, and then a president or politician, they would care if the American people were against a war. They cared. And with Trump, we're moving where they don't care.
And it,
It's irrelevant.
and people ain't even thinking about the long term because these troops got to come home, man. They're gonna be them went through what they went through, and just like the cycle was from the 2002 cats, from the cats back in '89, the cats in Vietnam, the World War II, like the cycle continues. So those people that you see outside, those be the people that you thought was okay, and they ain't okay like that because of decisions like this, bro.
I got you, man. So what we finna do, man, hate you join late, man, but we wanted to put out this rumor about Pete. We'll see tomorrow. I didn't want to be doing it, and he's already been let go. Uh, Trump's blaming him on the war. Trump throws him under the bus, and then tells the media it was all his fault. And then if he can convince enough Americans to continue to support him, if he can sell it and they buy it, he wins the midterms.
Man, they buying whatever he's selling.
Well,
They
then
look like him.
he'll win the midterm. But take out the trash, Trump. Take out the trash. And we out of here, man.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right. Okay. All right, Tabor. All right, K-Rex. Appreciate you, bro.
So.
Showing up. Yeah, if you got it, man, you can support the platform. Hit the super chat, hit the cash app. You can support what we do. We're going to try to tell you the truth. We're really not partisan. We're not Democrat or Republican. I don't know. That's these MAGA people. If you disagree with, and I disagree with this war, and Trump said he wouldn't go to war. In fact, Trump said it was going to be Kamala. Trump said that. Now he's at war. I disagree with that. You can support the platform, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the super chat. We need it. We appreciate you. Have a nice night. He said, Platt, can we get some game tomorrow? A review or something. You got to give me a topic, man.